I can get involved at any phase of the transaction. I do quite a bit of work lately. It seems to be a trend in project management, I'll call it, in opening the new dealership. I've worked with several groups, single buyers buying their first time store, and I've worked with other large groups buying yet another acquisition, adding to a stable of 10 or more dealerships
Mhm.
where I will complete dealer applications. I can be helping with the due diligence, either from the sell side, kind of vetting everything before it's handed over to the buyer side to be ready with any explanations for questions that are inevitably going to be asked, or for the buy side actually reviewing documents and pointing out things that seem inconsistent. I will do dealer applications. I've worked on state applications, motor vehicle applications, hiring people for the office staff, training people for the office staff, working with health insurance brokers, whatever that client needs assistance on. Sometimes it's a first-time buyer who just doesn't have staff to help with these projects. Other times it's large groups who don't want to distract their team that they already have in place from their regular day-to-day work. They want somebody who does this day in, day out, like myself, and knows the ins and outs of negotiating credit card processing terminals when you're opening up a brand new store, for instance. But sometimes that isn't necessary, and I come in just when it's time to actually do the closing. I'll prepare a settlement statement where I'm going through analyzing every factory invoice, the work in process, the parts inventory results, putting it all together to come up with what the final amount due to the seller will be, and working up the disbursement schedule. I work closely with attorneys to interpret the APA and make sure that the letter of the agreement is how the finances are calculated. And I work with brokers as well to help make sure that both sides are being represented fairly. I can then stick around for the buyer or the seller. I often have clients who close their dealership find that they still need some help winding down the accounting, that their controller is now off working for the buyer, and they're too engrossed in their new job to be able to really keep up with the straggling receivables, maybe running W-2s at the end of the cycle, get things finished for the final company. So I'll stick around and handle that remotely to wind things down, or to stay in place and help train staff for the buyer. If they don't have a seasoned, experienced office, they're not comfortable with what's being done in the new roles. So I can stick around and help provide some guidance for that, again, in that fractional controller role to help out as needed.